Version control is important in any development environment and becomes vital as the projects get bigger and more complex. A version control system will allow you to track and control changes made to your Talend project by an individual or an entire team of developers. Two popular revision control systems, Git and SVN, are integrated with Talend. In this presentation, we'll see an example of leveraging a Git repository as our version control system. The three main actions when working with a shared repository are push, pull, and merge. Push updates and synchronizes the remote repository with your working local repository. A pull imports the latest revision history to your local repository. Remember, when somebody pushes their changes to the shared remote repository, your local repository becomes out of date. So a pull is required to update your local repository with those changes. Now, to push to the repository, your local copy can't be out of date. A merge takes this into account by performing a pull to get your local repository up to date, alerting you to any conflicts as they occur. Once the code has been successfully merged, you can push to save your changes to the central repository. As we're using Talend Studio, we'll be able to see the results of the version control here in the repository. We're going to use a connection that leverages a configuration our admin has set up for us. Notice that you can choose which branch of the repository you wish to connect to. The Git options are here, above the Project Explorer. Because we had master selected as we opened up Talend Studio, you can see we're connected to the master branch. Let's go ahead and create a simple job. We'll call this one Git Example. And we'll add a couple of components. We'll use a file input and a tlog row. We'll save the job. When Talend Studio is directly connected to the remote repository, every change you apply to the project is immediately saved to the Git repository. Here in GitLab, you can see that the push has already occurred and your new job has been committed in the repository. But what if you didn't want the minor steps in the main repository? In a collaborative environment, it's common for several developers to share and work on the same source code. Some developers are fixing bugs, while others are implementing new features. So there must be a manageable way to maintain different versions of the same code base. This is where the branch function comes to the rescue. It allows each developer to branch out from the original code base and isolate their work from others. Another benefit to using the branch function is that it helps Git to easily merge the versions later. With that in mind, let's create a local branch. This local branch will be based on the latest version of the remote master branch. From the Git menu, we'll go into our master and select Checkout as Local Branch. We can give our local branch a name, such as Local Edit, and you can see that Talend Studio is now using our local branch. There are a few more options available, including push and pull, since we're now in local mode. Changes we make are applied to our local branch. So if we create a new job and add a couple of components to it, when we save the job, it's not being pushed to the remote repository. To do that, simply select Push from the Git menu. Here's the branch that we just pushed, and our second job added to the shared repository, ready for all the other developers to pull and leverage.